Describe objects. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Describe a piece of technology that you feel is difficult to use. You should say, when you got it, what you got it for, how often you use it, and explain how you feel about it. Describe objects. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Struggling to describe an activity in IELTS? V2T English will help you overcome this obstacle. Master Band 9 answers with ease. Powerful vocabulary and natural phrases. Band 9 tips plus full vocabulary breakdown. Cue card. Describe a piece of technology that you feel is difficult to use. You should say, when you got it, what you got it for, how often you use it, and explain how you feel about it. Time allocation. Total time, 2 minutes, 120 seconds. 1. Introduction, 0 to 15 seconds. 2. When you got it, 15 to 35 seconds. 3. What you got it for, 35 to 65 seconds. 4. How often you use it, 65 to 95 seconds. 5. How you feel about it, 95 to 115 seconds. 6. Conclusion, 115 to 120 seconds. Guided structure. 1. Introduction, 0 to 15 seconds, / Suggested ideas plus academic vocabulary / collocations. Technology is a double-edged sword, empowering yet sometimes overly complex. Technological paradox, digital landscape, user experience challenge. I've had my share of struggles with certain modern devices. Learning curve, functional frustration, interface limitation. I'd like to talk about a piece of technology that I find particularly hard to operate. Technical barrier, system navigation, usability concern. Example, technology in today's digital landscape often presents a technological paradox, offering vast opportunities yet posing user experience challenges. One particular device I've grappled with embodies this contrast, and I'd like to explain why it's so difficult to use. 2. When you got it, 15 to 35 seconds. Suggested ideas plus academic vocabulary / collocations. I purchased a graphic drawing tablet about a year ago for a design course. Digital device acquisition, creative software, tech onboarding. It was highly recommended by professionals in the creative industry. Industry standard, professional endorsement, technical sophistication. Initially, I was optimistic about mastering it quickly. Optimistic adoption, early enthusiasm, digital integration. Example, roughly a year ago, I acquired a graphic drawing tablet, a digital device acquisition prompted by my enrollment in a design course. While the product came with professional endorsements and was regarded as an industry standard, my early enthusiasm quickly faded once I faced its complexities. 3. What you got it for, 35 to 65 seconds. Suggested ideas plus academic vocabulary / collocations. My goal was to use it for digital illustrations and graphic assignments. Visual communication, creative workflow, artistic rendering. It promised precision and a more natural drawing experience. pressure sensitivity, stylus calibration, tactile accuracy. I intended to replace traditional drawing methods entirely. Manual to digital transition, creative digitization, analog replacement. Example: I specifically bought the tablet to facilitate creative digitization, hoping to streamline my visual communication process. Though it was praised for its tactile accuracy and stylus calibration, I struggled to achieve the seamless workflow that professionals often demonstrate with ease. 4. How often you use it, 65 to 95 seconds. Suggested ideas plus academic vocabulary / collocations. Initially, I used it almost every day, trying to familiarize myself with its features. Routine interaction, habitual engagement, trial and error approach. Over time, my usage decreased due to persistent difficulties. Declining frequency, usage fatigue, technical discouragement. Now, I only use it occasionally when absolutely necessary. Infrequent reliance, conditional engagement, minimal utilization. Example: at first, I engaged in routine interaction, dedicating hours to learning its interface through a trial and error approach. However, technical discouragement and usage fatigue soon set in, and now I rely on it only when absolutely necessary. 5. How you feel about it, 95 to 115 seconds. Suggested ideas plus academic vocabulary / collocations. I feel frustrated and overwhelmed by its steep learning curve. Cognitive overload. Non-intuitive interface. Operational complexity. I admire its potential but question its accessibility for average users. Technological elitism. User exclusion. Accessibility gap. It made me realize that not all technology is designed with users in mind. Human-centered design. Usability oversight. Interface alienation. Example: although the device has impressive capabilities, I constantly experience cognitive overload due to its non-intuitive interface. Moreover, the accessibility gap it presents made me reflect on the lack of human-centered design in certain technologies, especially for novices. 6. Conclusion, 115 to 120 seconds. Suggested ideas plus academic vocabulary / collocations. This experience has made me more selective about the tech I invest in. Technology discernment. Consumer awareness. Informed choice. I believe good technology should be powerful yet user-friendly. Functional balance. Design simplicity. User empowerment. Hopefully, future designs will prioritize both performance and usability. Inclusive innovation. Ergonomic advancement. Accessible tech. Example: in conclusion, this experience taught me the value of technology discernment. Moving forward, I hope to see more inclusive innovation that prioritizes both performance and user accessibility. Describe objects. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Subscribe. If you want more. Band 9 Model. Answers and Strategies. Sample answer. I'd like to talk about a modern device that initially seemed quite promising, but turned out to be rather challenging to operate. Despite its sleek appearance and multifunctionality, It posed numerous usability issues that caught me off guard. This experience significantly altered my perspective on how technological advancement doesn't always equate to user-friendliness. I received this piece of technology, a smart home assistant hub, as a birthday gift approximately 6 months ago. It came at a time when I was keen to improve my living environment and integrate more automated solutions into my daily routine. That, although I was initially excited, that enthusiasm quickly faded as I began exploring its inconsistent performance and complex setup. The primary purpose behind acquiring this device was to centralize control over my smart appliances, including lights, thermostat, and security systems. I envisioned a seamless, voice-activated environment where everything would be synchronized effortlessly to enhance comfort and efficiency. However, configuring the various settings, connecting third-party apps, and navigating the non-intuitive interface made the process frustrating. At present, I use the device only sporadically, mostly out of necessity rather than convenience. I've relegated it to performing basic tasks like setting reminders and checking the weather, as I've lost confidence in its operational reliability. My interaction with it is now limited because I find the learning curve excessively steep, especially when managing multi-device integration. Frankly, the overall experience has been rather disillusioning, as I expected technology to simplify my life, not complicate it. Although I acknowledge its innovative potential, the lack of user-centric design has rendered it more of a burden than a benefit. This ordeal has made me more cautious and critical when it comes to adopting emerging tech, as I now place greater value on practical functionality over novelty. To sum up, although the Smart Hub was intended to elevate my lifestyle, it inadvertently underscored how complex systems, when poorly designed, can detract from everyday ease. It's a telling reminder that sophistication should never come at the expense of accessibility. Bonus tips to speak better. 1. Explain the initial expectations and emotional investment. Don't just state the device. Emphasize what you expected it to be and how your hopes were later challenged. Example: at first, I believed this smart device would revolutionize my home environment. I envisioned a seamless transition into automation, where tasks would be simplified and convenience would be the norm. Sadly, this expectation soon gave way to frustration. 2. Highlight complexity and design shortcomings. Instead of saying it was hard to use, pinpoint the specific flaws that made the technology frustrating, such as poor interface design, limited compatibility, or steep learning curves. Example: although marketed as intuitive, the device lacked cohesive design principles. The fragmented setup process, paired with unclear instructions and weak app integration, made me question the brand's understanding of user needs. 3. Reflect on deeper impacts and lessons learned. Go beyond the inconvenience. Express what this experience taught you about technology, your own expectations, or future consumer habits. Example: this experience reminded me that innovation should be rooted in empathy. Technology, no matter how advanced, must prioritize human-centered design to truly be transformative. Final tip: Use the journey of realization as a narrative arc. Turn your response into a story of expectations, discovery, struggle, and takeaway. This creates depth, fluency, and natural cohesion. Example final line. Ultimately, this device taught me a valuable lesson. Innovation without usability is like architecture without access, beautiful to look at, but difficult to live with. What to avoid? 1. Void vague statements. Don't. The device was hard to use and not good. Do. Its overly complex configuration system, combined with unreliable voice recognition, rendered it more of a hindrance than a help in daily tasks. 2. Refrain from repetitive or overused vocabulary. Don't. I didn't like the technology. It was not easy to use, and it didn't work well. Do. Despite its appealing exterior, the functionality was severely compromised by inconsistent software updates and confusing menu navigation. 3. Don't focus only on what it did wrong. Show contrast. Don't. Everything about the technology was bad. Do. While the hardware was sleek and the initial concept promising, its impractical interface and limited responsiveness overshadowed any potential benefits. Modern device. A piece of new or recent technology. Seemed quite promising. Appeared to be useful or beneficial at first. Pose usability issues. Cause problems when trying to use it. Caught me off guard. Happened unexpectedly or surprisingly. Technological advancement. Progress or development in technology. Doesn't equate to user-friendliness. Doesn't necessarily mean it's easy to use. Smart Home Assistant Hub. A central device for controlling smart home functions. Improve my living environment. Make my home more comfortable or efficient. Integrate automated solutions. Combine tech that operates without human input. Initially excited. Felt enthusiastic at first. Enthusiasm quickly faded. Lost interest or excitement soon after. Inconsistent performance. Works well sometimes, but poorly at other times. Complex setup. Complicated or difficult installation process. Centralized control. Manage everything from one system or place. Smart appliances. Home devices that connect to the internet or each other. Seamless environment. A space where everything works smoothly together. Synchronized effortlessly. Works together easily without effort. Enhance comfort and efficiency. Make life easier and more productive. Configuring settings. Adjusting or customizing options or controls. Connect third-party apps. Link with apps made by other companies. Non-intuitive interface. A design that is not easy to understand or use. Use sporadically. Use only occasionally or irregularly. Out of necessity. Because it's required, not because you want to. Operational reliability. How consistently something works as expected. Excessively steep learning curve. Very difficult to learn how to use. Multi-device integration. Connecting several gadgets into one system. Overall experience. The total impression or effect it had. Rather disillusioning. disappointing, especially after high expectations. Simplify my life. Make life easier or more convenient. Complicate everyday tasks. Make simple things more difficult. Innovative potential. Possibility to bring new and creative solutions. Lack of user-centric design. Not designed with the user's needs in mind. Rendered it a burden. Made it more of a problem than a help. Cautious and critical. Careful and thoughtful before making a choice. Adopting emerging tech. Starting to use new technology. Practical functionality. How well something works in real-life situations. Over novelty. Rather than focusing just on how new or cool it is. Intended to elevate lifestyle. Supposed to improve how one lives. Inadvertently underscored. Accidentally emphasized or highlighted. Poorly designed systems. Tech that is badly planned or structured. Detract from everyday ease. Make daily life harder, not easier. Telling reminder. A powerful or meaningful example. Sophistication versus accessibility. Advanced features versus ease of use. Operational shortcomings. Flaws in how something functions. Technology fatigue. Feeling overwhelmed or tired of dealing with tech. User experience flaws. Problems in how enjoyable or simple it is to use. Interface confusion. Difficulty understanding how to interact with it. Compounded frustration. Frustration that builds up from several issues. Undermines usefulness. Reduces how helpful it really is. Tech-induced stress. Anxiety or stress caused by using technology. Band 9 evaluation. 1 fluency and coherence. Band 9. Why? The speaker maintains a fluent, uninterrupted pace throughout the monologue, with a logical sequence that covers all 6 points smoothly. Transitions such as although I was initially excited, at present, and to sum up, are used effectively to guide the listener through each stage of the response. Coherence. Ideas unfold in a coherent structure, starting with the speaker's initial impression, then exploring function, usage, disappointment, and final reflection. Each sentence logically connects to the next, providing depth and context without going off topic. The answer maintains a tight focus on the central idea, the gap between technological promise and practical usability. Band 9 descriptors met. Speaks fluently with no hesitation or repetition. Connects ideas logically and develops responses with clarity and depth. 2. Lexical resource. Band 9. Why? The speaker skillfully employs a wide range of advanced, topic-specific vocabulary, including academic collocations and idiomatic language, such as Smart Home Assistant Hub, integrate more automated solutions, non-intuitive interface, excessively steep learning curve, disillusioning experience, operational reliability, and adopting emerging tech. These expressions not only show breadth of vocabulary, but also precision, elevating the tone to a formal and academic register. No awkward word choices or lexical repetition occur. Band 9 descriptors met. Wide and natural use of advanced, topic-specific vocabulary. Effective use of uncommon lexical items with full appropriateness. No awkward phrasing or lexical errors. 3. Grammatical range and accuracy, Band 9. Why? The speaker demonstrates full command of complex sentence structures. Varied grammar is employed to convey nuanced ideas, including, despite its sleek appearance, complex concessive clause, although I acknowledge its innovative potential, subordinate clause. This ordeal has made me more cautious, present perfect with causative. I envisioned a seamless, voice-activated environment, past tense narrative with modifiers, and it inadvertently underscored how complex systems can detract from everyday ease. Subordinate noun clause with modal verb. There are no grammatical errors, tense shifts, or awkward constructions, just natural, confident control over structure. Band 9 descriptors met. Full control of a wide range of grammatical structures. No slips in agreement, tense, or syntax. Sophisticated sentence types used to enhance meaning. 4. Pronunciation, Band 9. Why? The speaker would be easily understood due to precise articulation of multi-syllable words like inadvertently, accessibility, and functionality. Stress and intonation support the speaker's message. Rising tone on emotional disappointment, falling tone on reflections and conclusions, and emphasis on key contrasts like benefit versus burden, and novelty versus practicality. Pauses are natural and placed for effect, contributing to an engaging and professional delivery. Band 9 descriptors met. Wide range of pronunciation features used flexibly and effectively. Intonation, stress, and rhythm support clarity and engagement. Speech would be effortlessly intelligible. Describe objects. IELTS Speaking Part 2. That's the end of today's Band 9 sample. If you found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more daily Band 9 answers.